Check. Microphone work. Microphone's working. Cool. Now are we live on our other platform? Check the microphone's working. Here we go. Is that what a mic check is? Did I just do a mic check? I don't know. But I love hearing the words. All right, welcome to Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live, where we are playing jaw harp musical instruments from around the world. I've been playing a lot of Jerome, a lot of Morchang, a lot of Vargan. What harps have you been into as of late? Captain Evan 101 says, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Back at you. Ethan DFH says Russian Vargan. Well, this one is a Hungarian Jerome, but let's play a Russian Vargan. I've been digging on a few Vargan as of late. The particular one I'm looking for. Oh, there it is. Oh, bassy one. Here is Haretdinov made this one. I think it's a D2 sharp. I was just playing a Hungarian Jerome in D2 440 hertz. Here's a D2 sharp in 432 hertz scale. TDS Harper, hello. He's a buying, says, hey, I am Smiley. Hello, howdy, back at ya. Oh, we have El Flute coming in from Brazil, from Chile. Hello. Is our microphone still working? Our microphone's not working. Why is that? Let's find out. Okay, microphone's back on. Orchard Guy 80, hey, how is the great up yonder? Al Flute says hello. Viking the Conqueror says please play the one in 432 again. Love it. Yeah, this is the Haretdinov. The new ones are really pretty. Dennis Wright says, you made it look so easy and sound great just starting out. Oh, good. And I say that the enjoyment in the jaw harp never really decreases, or it hasn't for me. I had as much fun playing it my first couple weeks of playing it as I do playing it now. Isa Banks says, how you be? I don't know what to call you. I don't know. So I'll just resort to Beb. Yeah, that's a lot of people, even growing up, they refer to me as Beb. What made you start off on the jaw harp in the first place? First time I heard the jaw harp, I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. I remember it was in a Western. There was a covered wagons in a circle around a campfire in this movie, and I heard this doinging noise, this springy noise, and I asked my mom, like, what's making that? What's making that noise? She said it was an instrument that looks like a horseshoe. But she couldn't remember what it's called. She's like, it was a horseshoe instrument you put in your mouth and it has a spring in it. She was referring to a jaw harp. And then when I was this was in 2015, I had a hernia surgery and I had to take 7 weeks off work after the surgery. I ended up buying a Hobby Lobby mouth harp, which was absolutely awful, but I loved it so much I bought a real jaw harp, which was a Salagi Chancellor. Here's my first real jaw harp here. And I absolutely loved it. And it's the jaw harp has really transformed my life in a good way. I get much enjoyment. I get meditation out of it. I have something to nerd out on. And normally I'll nerd out on something for a while and then I'll move on to the next thing. Jaw harp has just been one thing that I've stuck with for 8 years. Yeah, this is the D2 I got when I first got a harp. It's no longer tuned. The solder broke out of the middle there. This one was made by Zoltan Salagi. His name is trompe. Yes, I do believe in some countries it is referred to as the trompe. And I think in Brazil it's referred to as Barum Bao de Boca. Another name for it would be Arpa de Boca. It has as many names as probably flute or drum does. Do you say the vowel tones to change the sound and tones? Well, kind of. When your tongue is low in your mouth, like when you're saying the word low, bowl, do that. Do it. Just say the word low, bowl. To pay attention to what happens to your tongue. Your tongue goes low, low, bowl. So you have this larger acoustical resonating chamber. I'm going to put my tongue at the bottom like that. Now, when you say the word knee, tree, your resonating chamber goes from low, bowl, tongue at bottom to knee, tree. As your tongue goes up, the resonating chamber gets smaller, so the pitch goes up. That's just me with me breathing, and then I can open and close my glottis as well. I can breathe. I can make percussives with my tongue. Yeah, very, very, very fun to play. Let's go over to another part of the world. We played a couple Hungarian drone. We played Russian Vargan. Let's go over to Ukraine. Let's play I've got a good drimba floating around somewhere here, but I don't know where it's. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, there it is. There's my drimba by Alexander Dernovoy. His Carpathian pattern. Philly McNelly, love the name. This rules. No, you rule, Philly McNelly. Thank you for that. Excelente. Gracias. Oh, yeah. De nada. T.S. Harper said, I heard these instruments before, but I didn't know what they were called, much less that they were a million different styles. Then a song by Devotchka had the boingy thing in it. Oh, cool. Hello from Japan. Hello. And T.S. Harper says, then I got hooked on it. It's all history from there. Oh, yeah. The jaw harp is also a slippery slope. I first started using jaw harps, and then I started making some jaw harps, and then I started selling jaw harps. So it was a slippery slope into jaw harping for me. Let's go over to a different maker from Ukraine. Then we're going to go over to Norway. In Ukraine, they refer to this as the drimba. This one is a Plekhanov. Have some tea, too. It's good when you're breathing, especially heavy rhythms. Have something to drink. One time I went up on stage in a bar to play, and I didn't bring anything to drink, and it was very hot in there, and I kept getting a tickle in my throat, kept having to cough. It was not a good time. So especially if you're going up on stage, make sure you have a beverage. Got to keep the whistle wet while you play. Travis Sipple says, hello from Wisconsin. Oh, hello from Kansas. How's the weather up in Wisconsin? It warmed up in Kansas for a while. Now we're back into the 20s and 30s Fahrenheit. The Melanie Keon says, I've started jamming with my own harp music, but all of them are in B flat. Oh, cool. Remind me, and I'll check out because anybody who shares jaw harp videos, just so long as they don't have like a TikTok mark, I'll reshare them back on Instagram. That's a little hack for Instagram. If you're in Instagram and you're doing your jaw harp videos, don't reload your same video from TikTok onto your YouTube or onto your Instagram, because that watermark, it kind of demotes you in the algorithm, because it's kind of like advertising for one company when you're on another platform. Coyote says, I was watching shorts and you popped up from the algorithm. Now, Coyote or Coyote, do you pronounce it Coyote or do you pronounce your name Coyote? Because here in Kansas, most of the time we refer to them as coyotes. But there, I did say Coyote because I just assumed that's how it was said. But hi, are you from Texas? No, I'm not from Texas. Guess the state I'm from. Then same thing with the snoring. You can snore inward, you can snore outward. Usually coyote. I'm from Maine. Oh, cool. How's the great up yonder in Maine? What's Maine like? Oh, we got somebody. Philly McNeely's from Missouri. I know about Missouri. Missouri's just right over there, dude. And Dirt Mud Stuff is from Iowa. Cool. Been trying to make that sound. Yeah, Clayton Wells. This is what you do. Go. Just like you're snoring. If you're snotty, there are times of the year when you're snotty and more congested. That helps a little bit if you're a little bit congested. So, snore inward. Snore on an out. In, out. And my tongue is going wow, 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 wow. So I'm making that low sound and high sound. So I'm doing that. And my tongue's going wow, wow. Let's just open it up. Let's just flow and see where we go. What am I doing there? It's like I'm saying yoo-hoo, 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 but I'm doing it out and in breaths. And to get the tone to go up, my tongue goes up. If they want to get the tone to go down, sound goes down. And if I want to put that snarl on the end there, I'll. So I'm. Good day from Tasmania, Australia. Oh, you're down yonder. A lot of people who are commenting are up yonder, or over yonder. You're down yonder. How is the great down yonder? What time is it? You've got to be like 12 or 14 hours somewhere in the future. Well, I know Perth is 14 hours ahead of us. What time is it in Australia? You're already living in tomorrow, dude. That's cool. Outward is harder. Do we have a corrending? Yes and yes. Now, for outward play, a lot of harps don't receive outward play as well. I don't play outward a bunch, but I have been getting into it more, especially since I've added a whole bunch of Jerome to my collection. Jerome, both your Jerome, your Hungarian Jerome, and your Czech Brummel play inward and outward fairly well. And I've been combining a lot with mutes and outstrokes from this position because I'm really comfortable. I can play for it. Probably the longest period of time I can play for is from the rested position. And I got good mutes here. I've really been hammering on the mutes a bit. But not all harps mute well. Some harps mute really well. Some harps mute okay. And it's really easy to overuse the mute. So I try to use the mute sparingly because we are kind of stopping or slowing down the vibration of the harp. It's 1:15 p.m. Oh, it's after lunchtime in Australia, in Tasmania. What's the weather like? We're coming off of winter. We got the seeds of spring are starting to happen all around us just a little bit, but it's 20s and 30s, so it's freezing every single night. Do you have an Indonesian mouth harp? Yes, I do. I do have a corrending. We'll play that one next. Can you tremolo pluck? Definition, please. I don't know what tremolo plucking is, so please define that, and we'll see if we can't figure it out. There, I muted from the back, pressing the reed forward. Think of up and down strumming on a guitar. I took guitar lessons for a while. I did not get very advanced on the guitar. I had a spectacular guitar teacher. I just never got into the guitar. Bald Bear says, I bought the Plekhanov Drimba Megatron bass after I saw your video on it. Oh, cool. Let me know what you think of it. They are massive, beautiful, alien-looking harps. Let's play another harp. We got a lot of requests for the Indonesian Karinding. Some Karinding I've got in my collection play okay, and some of them, especially this one, plays very, very well. Yeah, I don't play the Karinding a ton. Let's see, what else should we play? We're going to play one harp from Norway. This is Iverson, probably my favorite, or I've got some really good mud harp in my collection, but probably the one I play the most often and one of my top favorites is the Iverson. I believe this is Sedestal style. My playing is not Sedestal style. The harp is Sedestal, I believe is what the pattern is. The Norwegian mud harp has a wedge fixed trigger. Sounds like SpongeBob music. Well, probably. Kutzov says, hello, Jimmy. Oh, hello back at you. How you doing? I want to buy a mouth harp. It's hard to find one in Indonesia. Well, that is a good question. If you go to theharpery.com or go to theharpery, TheHarpery, theharpery@gmail.com, shoot a message to Porky Miller and we'll see if we can't get some harps sent to Indonesia. I think international shipping is about anywhere from $16 to $20. However, I've never shipped anything to Indonesia. I do know that mail comes from Indonesia because that's where I get my Karinding from, is directly from a maker in Indonesia. So yeah, shoot a message to theharpery@gmail.com and see if, talk to Porky Miller. We'll see if we can't get you a good, affordable steel jaw harp in Indonesia. Because yeah, Karinding are awesome, but there's also a whole other style of harp. So yes, send us a message. If you comment or even send us a message on Instagram, you'll probably catch us as well. But on YouTube, I may or may not see your comment. Sometimes I do. I try to answer comments when I can. Now let's go over to Rajasthan, India. This will be the last harp we're going to play. This is in Rajasthan. There's some really good makers over there. Mohan, Gorka, Reka, Keta, Bhagvana, Veera. There's a bunch of good makers over there. This is Mohan Lal. Some of his higher pitched. Now I don't know if he has different names for his harps, but this is sold as like a Mohan traditional mid-range or Mohan traditional low, or that would probably be the mid-range because it's not super high. Yeah, and any of the traditional Morchung, they're going to be higher pitched. So something marked as mid-range is higher pitched middle, if that makes any sense. And the categories and names are human constructs anyway. So let's just play it, see what happens. But yeah, in Rajasthan, India, they make harps all the way down from the 3rd octave into the 1st octave. So they have a huge range of harps. You must have built up a heck of a callus. Actually, I don't have really much of a callus on my finger. I think the skin's probably a little thicker there. Actually, well, I might have a little callus here. Not really much. The harps that I play, always very smooth. I don't like a trigger that abrades or is scratchy. So always very smooth. And you can take a Dremel tool or even some 1000-bit sandpaper and lightly sand the tip of your harp here. And it will cut down on pinging, because sometimes if a harp is scratchy, it'll go zing, 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 and that translates into your mouth and everything. But what was I saying? I lost it. Anyways, yeah, I don't really have a callus on my finger, but my harps are very smooth. It's quite difficult to find a metal mouth harp. Yeah, Karpov XOXO, just shoot a message to the harpery@gmail.com. We will get you a harp set for sure. I have my tongue almost to the top of it. Like if my tongue was clear, like hee 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 hee. My tongue's hee 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 hee. Anyways, we'll wrap it up with that. We're getting some comments on the Susap from Papua New Guinea. I will play that to close this video out. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live, where we go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central U.S. time. Anyways, we'll end this by playing. We did get the comment for the Papua New Guinea Susap. This is not a plucked instrument. It's kind of a tapped instrument. We have this string, and it's used as a counter. And if you watch what's going to happen, it has this tongue cut out here. You just rock it. So I keep some tension and let it bounce. I love y'all. Harp out. And there's an example. I was actually losing the grip of it a little bit. Love y'all. Harp out. And I will see you next Saturday for Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live. Adios.